So as we can see, Dougie and Pete back up here with us. Ollie Watkins impressed by Harry Kane. No wonder, looking at his Bayern career so far, Dougie, it's been impressive.
It really has, yeah, it's been absolutely remarkable. And people forget that he signed for 100 million euros. You know, that was Bayern's record investment. And yes, last season didn't go completely to plan for Bayern. He went far from it. But look at this record, 54 goals, 17 assists in 52 games. A great personal achievement for Kane so far. But Bayern finished third last year. They've only finished lower once since 94-95. They got knocked out of the DFB Pokal by a third-tier side. They did reach the Champions League semi-finals, but conceded 2 late goals to Joselu's Real Madrid and got knocked out there too. So it's been a difficult time for Bayern as a team, but for Kane, he's definitely thriving. What's quite interesting, actually diving into a bit of his numbers this season, his shots on target percentage is actually at the lowest of his career, and his shots on target per 90 at the lowest of his career, but he still scored 10 goals in 7 games. So there's no massive issue in terms of the overall goal tally. But when you sort of factor in that 3 of those goals came against newly promoted Holstein Kiel, 4 came against Dinamo Zagreb in that 9-2 victory, the first side in Champions League history to ever score 9. It feels like maybe a few games have really inflated Kane's numbers this season, and he hasn't been at his absolute best so far. But having said that, the record speaks for itself. He's been a magnificent signing for them, but he'll be hoping to win the honours that back up his personal achievements so far.
Yeah, and Ollie Watkins may have his sights, though, on replacing his England teammate Kane. How did they compare, Pete?
Yeah, well, of course, he came on for Kane, didn't he, in that semi-final against the Netherlands, and scored that fantastic goal to send England into the final. I think at that point there was a lot of clamour for Watkins to start ahead of Kane, but I think the former Tottenham man can be fairly confident in his numbers over the last couple of years, that he is still the #1 striker for England. So this is since he joined Bayern Munich. We can see in fewer games than Ollie Watkins, Harry Kane has scored a lot more goals now, as Dougie's alluded to there. I mean, the quality of the opposition, that's a subjective sort of talking point that we can weigh up and debate. There's 7 penalties in there for Harry Kane as well, but in terms of the assists, they're both delivering double figures in that metric and both being presented, I guess, with big chances and taking them for their clubs. So they're 2 strikers undoubtedly at the top of their game at the moment. Harry Kane's numbers, though, are just phenomenal. And yeah, as you say, Watkins working hard to chase him. He's got 5 goal involvements in his last... he's got goal involvements in each of his last 5 games. So he's finding form as well after a bit of a slow start after the Euros himself.